The creepiest thing I've ever seen on a security camera. Have you ever checked your security camera footage and seen something you just couldn't explain? Imagine seeing a stranger in your yard at 3 a.m. or something that makes you question what's real. Let's dive into a story that still gives me chills. So, this happened a few months after I set up a security camera outside my house. I wasn't really expecting to catch anything. I live in a quiet area. But after hearing about some break-ins around the neighborhood, I figured it couldn't hurt to have an extra set of eyes outside. One morning, I was just going through some footage, curious to see if the cameras had picked up any animals or anything unusual. The night before, there had been some random noises outside, so I decided to check it out. That's when I noticed something strange. At first, I thought it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. But I rewound the footage and it was still there. Around 2:30 a.m., there was a shadowy figure standing at the edge of my yard, right under the streetlight. I couldn't make out any details, but it was definitely someone or something. I brushed it off as a one-time thing, but I couldn't shake the weird feeling. A few nights later, I decided to check the camera again, and this time, the figure was closer. It was standing near the tree in the middle of my yard, just barely visible in the darkness. The way it stood there, it didn't move. Just stood perfectly still. It freaked me out enough that I considered calling the police, but I figured they'd think I was overreacting. I mean, what could they do? So, I decided to monitor the footage every night just to be sure. But then, a week later, I caught the creepiest thing yet. It was around 3 a.m. and I saw movement. This time, the figure walked right up to the porch, like they were just casually strolling through my yard. They walked up to my front door, paused for a few seconds, and then they turned and looked directly at the camera. The camera's night vision couldn't pick up details of the face, but that empty gaze made my skin crawl. It was like they knew I was watching. Then, after a few seconds, they just walked off, back into the darkness, like nothing ever happened. At this point, I was genuinely scared. I started locking every door and window, even during the day. Every noise, every creak would make me jump. I didn't know what this person wanted, but it felt like they were testing me, seeing how close they could get without me reacting. I considered getting rid of the camera, but I also wanted to know if they'd come back. And sure enough, every few nights, they'd show up in the footage. Sometimes they'd just stand there in the yard, other times, they'd come right up to the porch. Once, they even crouched down, looking through one of the windows. The last time I saw them, it was around midnight. This time, the figure walked slowly around the entire house, pausing at every window like they were looking inside, checking each one. Finally, they came to the back door, where they just stopped. They stayed there, completely still, for almost a full minute. Then, they turned and walked away, disappearing into the darkness. After that, I couldn't take it anymore. I showed the footage to the police, who finally agreed to patrol the area at night. Since then, I haven't seen the figure return, but I still can't shake the feeling that they're out there somewhere, watching. And every now and then, I catch myself glancing at the camera, hoping I never see that figure again. So, what would you do if you saw someone like that on your security camera? Let me know in the comments. And if this story gave you chills, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more creepy tales from beyond the screen. Stay safe out there.